Welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spider-Man fans, to another really awesome episode of Spider-Man PS4 101, where I go over the really interesting aspects of Spider-Man PS4. We did the gameplay demo, we did all the characters, and we just had D23. And not only is it going to be really interesting because we are going to break down the most interesting concept art that we did get from the D23 Expo, where Insomniac Games showed the behind-the-scenes trailer for Spider-Man PS4, and it was amazing. I'm also here with so many awesome individuals, you can't even describe how amazing they are, so I'm going to let them introduce their awesome selves, and I'm with the incredible Spidey squad. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
We are going to break down each and every single tiny aspect within this one little concept art of Peter Parker's room in Spider-Man PS4. This is actually his full apartment. It's not just his bedroom, it actually is his entire apartment, because of how Insomniac on their Twitter recently posted the entire screenshot of the concept art in its full glory, and you see in the corner, you see his stovetop and his kitchen area. So that is actually the full-on extent of Peter's giant, clumped, disgusting-looking apartment. And there are really cool other things in the concept art that we see that actually hint towards the possible release date of the game. We see Peter's love interest. We see things that you can do in the apartment that Insomniac have been hinting at in their interviews, and I think it's really cool. So for me, one aspect that I wanted to point out first, and then I'll let the rest of the Spidey Squad discuss their own features, is actually on Peter's desk. You see his desk, and you look on the desk, and you see Peter's Spider-Man mask. You see the Spider-Man mask laying on the desk, it's on its side, and you see these kind of tools next to the mask that look like he's gonna try and adjust it or make modifications to it, because of how Greg Miller from Kinda Funny Games went behind the scenes at E3, went behind closed doors at Insomniac, and actually got to see more of Spider-Man PS4 and what you can do in the game, and he confirmed a feature that one specific Spidey Squad member, Spidey Bugle, is freaking out about, and the rest of the Spidey Squad and I are super pumped for, is actual customization for your suits. You can have alternate suits, because Insomniac Games did confirm that there will be alternate suits in the game, but specifically with this little aspect of his concept art in his room, it looks like you can be able to customize actual aspects of the Spider-Man suit in regards hopefully to the eyes, maybe the color, the logo, different webbing patterns, stuff like that. So maybe if they're trying to tease that inside of the concept art with that little aspect of his mask there and all these tools in the background, you see a laptop too, you see like a bunch of outlets and plugs everywhere, a bunch of lights and electric sockets all over the place. So if he's trying to do really cool tinkering with his costume, I think that's going to be crazy, because Insomniac Games did have customization in Sunset Overdrive and some of their Ratchet & Clank games, but mainly Sunset Overdrive, which was their first big open world game. There was in fact customization in that game, so I would think that they would totally want to do the same thing here with Spider-Man. And since people have been, certain people are not liking the white spider design for the suit, then you can just wear your own suit and make it however you want, and that's going to make fans extremely happy.
There was a lot of stuff on the Peter Parker's room. One thing I noticed that there was a bunch of sticking out, like the cabinet above, like his stove. One of which said, call MJ, don't forget. And, MJ had, hearts. That definitely indicates that, MJ is, Peter Parker's love interest within the video, in the game. And there was also a few other ones, referring to, Aunt May, so that could indicate on a couple things, Peter in the game could, call Aunt May, to see if, she's okay, and since, she works for Mr. Negative, and, there's, Tony Stark, it could be, Tony's Pizza, because, there's, a pizza box, but there was, a ton of different things, like I said, though, Aunt May, MJ, Tony's Pizza, that's about all I got.
Hello, my name is Gabe, and the one thing I noticed was the wanted posters you can see on the wall, and you can see Daily Bugle in there, and I think that in the actual game, I think you can go into the apartment building, and I think the way you choose side missions is through that wall full of wanted posters, so you can choose side missions like the car chase thing we saw in the D23 video, stuff like that, like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 in your house, and you could choose missions on the wall where there were pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jainali, and one thing I noticed under the bed next to the pizza box was that he has this notebook where there are like more than one versions of the spider that he maybe has on his chest and on the back. And under the desk there are science books. And maybe one thing that you could maybe do in the gameplay is when you're on the desk, you could like maybe tinker something for the web shooters or something like that. And behind the bed there are still like a lot of books and things, maybe from college. That's what I noticed.
Hey guys, No Punisher here. I'd like to talk about the clothes from that concept art that Insomniac showed. So, we already know that they confirmed that customization for the suit will be in the game. But however, I've been thinking about a lot is, can you customize your clothes in the game? Because in every Spider-Man game, Spider-Man just wears, or Peter Parker just wears the same clothes over and over again. But it would be really interesting to see, because you can see in that picture that he has lots of clothes laying on the ground, like that Empire University shirt. And Brian Intihar was even wearing that in that interview, and they show behind the scenes. It would be really interesting to see them customize your clothes, like in Sunset Overdrive, where you can customize your look, your clothes, and all that stuff. So I wonder if you can customize like his clothes, which I think would be a really interesting thing to see, because we've never seen it in a Spider-Man game before. I think that it would make the game great if they include customization in this game.
So guys, I am Spider Noir, and my analysis is, if you look closely on the door, there's a picture of a redhead. Now in Spider-Verse, we always know the redhead is MJ, but also, if you look closely near the top, near the coat hanger, there looks like a picture of two people in a suit. But besides that, it looks like there's a person taking a selfie in a car, which could be Peter. But there's a bunch of buildings there too. So maybe during the story, Peter looks at those, remembers stuff, and finds out where, I don't know, Mr. Negative is, because like through pictures and that art mate could be telling him about Peter, and he can add it all up that Peter isn't Spider-Man, and he can hunt down Peter's loved ones, and then that's why he has to use those pictures to find out when Mr. Negative is going to strike.
Hey guys, Spider-Chick here, and what I've noticed so far is near the bottom left you can see keys, and I think it says MJ. I don't know, I saw in a close-up video. There's a lot of things that say, like, all the sticky notes say call MJ, and there's the picture of MJ and Peter. But I kind of find it hard to imagine MJ staying in a place like this overnight, just saying. But yeah, seems like Peter's having a relationship with MJ, and not much to talk about there. All my thoughts on that.
Hey guys, it's Spidey Skater Boy here, and what I would like to talk about is the items that are just scattered across Peter's desk and what's underneath his desk, and also like to touch upon some other things as well. First, I'd like to start with the various science textbooks and, you know, pieces of, you know, machinery, you know, circuit boards that he has lying on the floor by his table. What I think that could be is, you know, him just, you know, just looking back on like different chemicals and compounds that he, you know, he could try out to, you know, make stronger and better webbing and different kinds of webbing. And also like the circuit boards to, you know, work on his web shooters and make different kinds of gadgets. And not to mention, he also has these tools in these boxes and like miniature shelves, you know, next to, you know, his laptop and mask, which you could probably, you know, work on, you know, just you know, technical aspects to the suit. And also in the bottom left hand corner of the concept art, there's, you know, his dresser drawer, and he has, you know, some papers, you know, like his bills since it's past due. He also has some keys that says MJ on one of them, and I'm assuming that those are like keys to MJ's apartment. And also there's a notebook on the floor. There's also a couple papers as well that show concept designs that Peter obviously drew himself, you know, for different designs for a suit. Maybe this is like actually like you see this here, but it might like if you go over to it, you know, you like obviously interact with it, you might unlock like concept art for the game. Or maybe it's like you see this, but you might get a flashback, or you might even like unlock like his original suit in the game where it has like one of these concept looks.
Alright, what's up guys, I'm Spider Striker. I have a few things to cover. If you look directly above Peter's bed, you'll find a giant billboard. On that billboard there's newspapers, mugshots, and a lot of people haven't noticed there's a huge map of New York City. That map shows a peninsula-shaped area, which is obviously Manhattan, and to the right of that there's a huge area that could consist of Queens and Brooklyn. That could be, for open world, that could be a place where, you know, you could run around. And also on the map there's red and green dots, it looks like. Those could be crime positions, places to find bad guys, you know, hideouts, things like that. which would make sense since the billboard has mugshots of different criminals. In the middle left area, there's a newspaper by Daily Bugle that says cop on it and has a mugshot. And on top right, there's another Daily Bugle newspaper that says Brooklyn Bomb. I don't know what that means, but that could be something that points towards the story. On the door to the left part of the picture, there's a little tiny sticky note picture with Mary Jane and Peter, or at least a redhead girl. If you look at her pose in that picture, run over to the left side of Peter's bed, there's a cup on this box. And next to the cup, there's a phone. That picture of Mary Jane, or that redheaded girl, has the same exact pose that's on the screen of the phone, and it looks like the phone is being called by someone, and that could be MJ. And that's all I have to say.
And going off of what Spider Striker said, there are two really cool aspects that I do want to mention in regards to his apartment. First off, you see this little tiny alarm clock in the bottom of the concept art past his bed underneath the air conditioning unit. Call me crazy, totally understand, because I've been totally wrong before on the release date, but the numbers on the clock do in fact say 8/30/18. A lot of people also thought it could be 3, but if you do look at a really high resolution image of it, you zoom in on the clock and you look at the first number that is shown, I do believe that that number is 8/30/18. Now, even though Sean Layden, the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, has said that all these games will be coming out for PlayStation, the exclusive like God of War, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Spider-Man, all of them will be coming out the first half of 2018. However, in E3, it was shown off in the God of War trailer that God of War was going to come out early 2018, but then when we got Spider-Man, it just said 2018. And Insomniac still says they're going to take as long as it takes, as long as they need to, as much time and passion they need for this game to be the best Spider-Man game that it possibly can be. It's going to take them however long it takes for them to make that game. So if that does mean that the game might come out in August, that might suck for a lot of us, but again, hashtag in Insomniac we trust, they will not let us down in terms of this game. It already looks gorgeous. Hopefully that release date is a little tease of what it could be. The possible options of what the number in the first section of the clock could be is 3, which is March, 6, which is June, or 8, which is August. So since it is again said from Sean that it's going to come out the first half of 2018, I believe it could be March or June. I hope not August, but it does look like an 8, but we shall see. Moving on, the final thing I want to discuss is where is this apartment? Where is this apartment in New York City? Where is Peter Parker located within the city? Is it in Forest Hills? Is it in Queens? Is it actually in the main city of Manhattan? We are not sure, but if you go back to the PlayStation PS4 Pro event that we had in September of last year, we got this little showcase of the city running in 4K, and we see this building on the bottom left corner of the game, and it looks like a hotel. And then there was also the same shot in the nighttime of the city, showing the city in the nighttime, and that same building looks like a hotel building. It looks really expensive and wealthy though, so I don't know if Peter Parker can afford there. And like fellow Spice member Spice Skater Boy said, it is a studio apartment, which looks like it is only for one individual. So that could be a hotel building where the PS4 Pro event showed in the nighttime, but we don't know. So that is it, actually, Spidey Squad, for this giant collab that we did with all the incredible, amazing Spidey Squad members. I could not have done this video without them, and they mean the world to me. What do you have to say, guys?
Peace.
Peace to the streets.
Goodbye. Peace out, webheads. Call me.
Stage Attack Spidey fans, peace out.